Greetings, fellow action figure connoisseurs, and welcome to another episode of Digital Caveman Presents Surprise Thursday. I, as always, am your host, the Digital Caveman, and today I will be presenting you with the XesRay Studio Combatants Fight for Glory Thales the Shredder. Let's get into it! Let's begin with a look at the packaging, and here we have on the top just some splattery colors there, solid background with some splatter on the top of it. Got some tape right there with the XesRay Studios logo on it, or XesRay Studio. And then here we have the XesRay Studio symbol. Warning, don't stick things in your pie hole that do not belong there. Warning. Nice big window showcasing the figure. Well, most of the figure and some of his accessories. Combatants Fight for Glory Thales the Shredder 15 and up. And then we've got some, I don't know what all's going on back there. On the bottom, made in China print, a barcode. Don't give it to babies. Recycled. Find us on Facebook and Instagram. XesRay Studio. All right, reserved. Product and color may vary. XesRay Studio presents XesRay Studio print, and then again some more of that XesRay Studio tape on the bottom. Then here we have Combatants Fight for Glory, and then here's all kinds of print that if you want to read it, you can pause it right there. And then if you want to read the rest of it, you can pause it right here. Now we're going to take a look at the back, and on the back, XesRay Studio, and then a nice product shot, and we've got some, what I'm assuming to be blood splatter. I don't know what else to call it. Bodily fluid splatter, but that could be misconstrued as something else. So here we have some information. Thales the Shredder, ethic is Greek, city is Rome, group is none. And then there's a lot of other print there that if you want to read, you can pause it right here and read that. And if you want to read the rest of it, you can pause it right here. And there you have it, my friends. Oh, I forgot to look at this side, didn't I? So nice product shot there of the figure. I guess he's number 15 in the line. Very nice product photography there as well. There you have it, my friends. That's a look at the packaging. Let's take a look at the figure and his accessories. And here we have handy dandy tweezers. Boop, boop. And let's start with a look at the extra hands. He comes with 2 extra sets of hands. And the first set is like a splayed out, and there's a left and a right. And I'll just say, there's a whole lot of molded detail in there. So, it's got some veins going on, some knuckles, fingernails, palm lines. So, very cool. And pretty much, you know, that same level of detail here on the other hand as well. So really, really cool. Now the other set is a pair of fists, left and right. And other than that, you know, being opposite, they're the same. And nice, you know, the same level of detail in the sculpt. And it looks like the hands are molded in the correct color plastic. So no paint apps. So very, very cool. Next up, he does come with an alternate set of feet, which are hooves. And, you know, just a nice level of sculpted detail all through this piece port for peg hole. And even like we do have some wash here on the bottom of the wrap around the ankles, and really cool looking, very nice. Looks like he has been in some bloody combat. And same thing goes for this foot. And I forgot to say, they are articulated, so right here at the ankle there is some movement, tilt forward and back, and mostly spin more than, well, it's got a little bit of rocker in there as well. So nice additions, I will say. Now here's his primary weapon, a axe of some type, battle axe I'm assuming. So it's really been used, you can tell. Look at all the scratches and scrapes and stuff on it. Nice silver paint out on here, and then it looks like there's a bit of a wash as well to kind of help these indented places, scratches and stuff, stand out. Then some nice wood sculpting for the handle of the wrap here, and again same nice wash like the hooves have. And then we've got some paint apps back here, around here, and like this whole handle here. You know, we've got these silver paint apps, and we've got this, looks black to me. Maybe this is a dark gray and this is black here. But, you know, tons of molded details all in here. And this is very, you know, it looks like it's a piece of wood like it's supposed to. And I do believe it has a bit of a wash on it as well to kind of help that wooden grain stand out. So very nice. Now let's take a look at the figure itself. And first of all, this whole piece, you know, waist piece is an overlay, and I'm sure you can remove it. I'm sure there is a way to remove it. You probably have to, you know, pop the torso off the figure in order to get this off, but it's such a fantastic piece. Why would you want to pull that off? And I can tell you, I'm not going to pull it off. And it does have a bit of soft goods here up under it here, and you know, just all the way around. And he's got some chain here, and it's plastic chain, and it's got some metal hoops connecting it here. And the same for this secondary weapon. It's on a plastic chain, and it's got a metal hoop right here and right here to connect it on. And just the sculpt of this figure, it's hard to fit it all into the frame, but just look at the level of sculpt detail there on the horns themselves. And it looks like there's a bit of a wash or a paint fade going on there. There's, you know, lots of hair going on because, you know, it's half full, and just those, look at those eyes. You know, paint for the teeth, paint for the nose. The jaw is articulated, and there's deco on the inside. The teeth and the tongue are also painted. So then this piece is an overlay, this piece is an overlay, and this piece is an overlay. All removable. This one I didn't. You probably have to pop the arm off here at the bicep swivel in order to get this off, but if you pop the hands off, these at the wrists are easily removed, and the same goes with the ones at the legs. So, but back to the sculpt. I mean, just look at all that. Fantastically beast looking. And like the paint apps aren't just on the front, they go all the way around, because look at this strap around his arm here, his upper arm, and it's even got a wash with the paint apps, and the same down here and back here. And it's got these, you know, dots are painted silver, and we've got these spikes and this chain here that I'm sure is supposed to be like, you know, it's supposed to come out some more than that. then on the figure, as he comes out of the package, he has C-grip hands. And they're on a ball joint, so that is cool, and I really didn't notice that before. And then, you know, just the level of detail all throughout this, and the paint washes and stuff. And then here we have the sculpt, you know, back to that, you know, lots of veins, very muscly, just really good. And then again, we've got this wash on these wraps around the bottom of the feet, or around the bottom of the leg rather, and then also at the feet, and it's a little bit messier than the other one, it looks like. And even, you know, down on the bottom side of it, they've got that, and there's, you know, a nice level of sculpt detail there as well. And this is just a great looking figure. So it looks good. How does it move? So I think we've got a dumbbell joint here at the top. So he's got some chicken neck. He's got some waggle. I mean, this is all over the place. He can do the full exorcist, but it's kind of upside down. And then again, I already mentioned, you know, his jaw. It opens that far. That's far enough, I would think. And then, so chicken neck and waggle. Already got that. He does have butterfly here at the shoulder. It does not go back very far. That's about as far back as it goes. So that's a little disappointing. But forward, it goes that far, and that's okay. It's not a great range of motion, but it is there. And these butterflies kind of remind me of the old Toy Biz Marvel Legends, that where they, you know, were experimenting with this butterfly hinge, and it was actually a hinge in here, and this piece would come way forward, but it's not quite that. So a little bit slack on the range of motion there at the butterfly. Now at the rest of the shoulder, let's see. He can, I think, yes, 360 degrees there. It's a little difficult, like it doesn't really want to do it. He can raise his arm up that high, so not the greatest range of motion there, but you know, he's also a really big dude. There's a cut here at the upper bicep, 360 degrees of rotation there. Single hinge and swivel at the elbow. And again, he's a big guy, so that kind of is understandable. So not quite 90 degrees worth of bend, but oops, sorry, I go bumping the camera because it's a Digital Caveman Presents review without some camera bumping going on. So 360 degree swivel here at the elbow. Now he does have this cut at the abdomen, and I'm not sure exactly how it is hinged in there, if it's a hinge here on the sides or if it's a ball joint or dumbbell. So I'm not 100% sure how it is, but there's not a lot of range in it. A lot of what you're seeing is at the waist, which is a ball joint. So in conjunction, those two, he can lean back that far, and he can crunch forward that far. He's got some hula, it's not great, so he can lean left and he can lean right also. And so it's, I can tell now it's not hinged here, so it's a dumbbell of some kind. So at the waist, well, I said it will, it may not. So it all just wants to spin there together, or separately rather. So at the waist, you can get a full 360 degrees worth of rotation. At the upper joint, it kind of gets stuck about right there, and that's the abs lined up correctly. So Not a 360-degree rotation there on this top hinge. And that's okay as well. Now let's move on to the hips. Not a pull-down hinge, so we'll see how that goes. And he can give you that much of the split, so a pull-down hinge for that wouldn't have made much difference. Kicking forward, and you can hear it's really tight there. So he can kick forward that far. So a pull-down hinge may have worked a little bit better for that. But as far as his kicking back, I mean, wow, that's pretty good. And let's see what's going on with this leg joint. So it's on a half dumbbell here and ends in a ball, of course, so it gives a little bit of twist there, so there's no cuts in the thigh. There's a double hinge pinless knee, and it gives you that much bend, so that's actually pretty good. And if you look at this hinge, this kind of reminds me of like a SH Figure Arts hinge here, so that's pretty cool. Now at the ankles, wow, it tilts down way far. That's really good. And up that far. And you can see it's on a hinge, but it's really curved there, so that's good. And then tons of rocker here. I mean, that's just fantastic. So the range of motion is really great on there. Now the instructions that do come with it, it does tell you to heat up any parts that you're pulling off, replacing. So the hooves, that does include the hooves. And I did do that once. I'm not going to do it here on screen. Honestly, I don't like it. I don't like the hooves on the figure. They look good, but you know, not shelf stable. And you have to pose him out funky to get them all on there. So, or to get him to even stand up with it. So, I mean, they do look really, really good, and I do like that that option is available. But anyway, I'm rambling on where I shouldn't be. And that, my friends, is a look at the figure and his accessories. It's time for my favorite part of a review, comparisons. And here we have my only other Minotaurs. So we have the XesRay Studios Combatants Fight for Glory Thales the Shredder with the Power Rangers Lightning Collection, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, Mighty Morphin Mighty Minotaur, and the Marvel Legends series Rentra Build-A-Figure Wave from the Rentra Build-A-Figure Wave. Here's just kind of a scale-wise comparison, and we have the XesRay Studios Combatants Fight for Glory Thales the Shredder with the Mythic Legions Rakagor, and the Marvel Legends series Ursa Major Build-A-Figure from the Ursa Major Build-A-Figure Wave. For our final set of comparisons, here we have the XesRay Studios Combatants Fight for Glory Thales the Shredder, with from the Marvel Legends series making his cameo appearance Stan the Man Lee, from G.I. Joe Classified series the Hasbro Pulse exclusive Regal variant Cobra Commander, from Star Wars The Black series the Archive Edition 501st Legion Clone Trooper, and for a 7-inch scale comparison from the Masters of the Universe Masterverse line, the 40th Anniversary He-Man. For final thoughts on the XesRay Studios Combatants Fight for Glory Thales the Shredder, I have to say I was really impressed with this figure. I bought it off of AliExpress. Now I've seen it available in other places as well, but I found it on sale on AliExpress for 65, 68 bucks, something like that, with free shipping. So with this one, I think it retails at 90 bucks or so. And when I saw it for that price, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and give this thing a try. It's supposed to be big, it's supposed to be beefy, it's supposed to be a big old Minotaur. And that's what it was, a big old Minotaur. Now I will say, there are some issues, and they're not really major issues. I like the fact that they gave linked chain on this figure, and the one on the belt piece for deco is fine just the way it is. However, the one for the, I guess, Morning Star, or the spiky ball piece, whatever the actual name of it is, I would have liked to see just a bit more length on the chain and a wire in it for some posability. So that's my only real issue with it. Now, I do like the accessories it comes with. I do like the fact that it comes with some alternate feet that are hooves. But unfortunately, at least unfortunately for me, maybe it's because I don't pose and stuff very well, I don't think those feet are going to be very shelf stable. They look fantastic, and for photography, if you can get him posed out for photography, they will be great for that. They look fantastic. They're very, bull. They look very bull, very cow. And I think they, as far as looks go, they work very well with this figure. But again, I just don't think that those lend themselves to be very shelf stable. So if you put those on him, put him on the shelf, you'll probably be picking him up a lot. So for mine, he's going to keep the human type feet on it. And I think he's going to fit in really, really well with my Mythic Legions, and maybe even some Masters of the Universe. And high marks overall for this guy. And when I was mentioning the accessories again, I forgot he does come with 2 extra set of hands, or sets of hands. Splayed out hand and 2 fists, or splayed out hands and 2 fists. So a left and a right for each one. But I think the C grips are going to be, or the grip hands, they may not necessarily be C grips, but the grip hands are going to stay on this guy. And I may actually try to modify the chain with the spiked ball and see if I can add some wire to it for some posability. I may take that chain off altogether and just add, I do have some metal chain. I may just add that on it and with the wire and call it a day. Or I may just leave it like it is, because I don't have a lot of time to do, modifications, unless they're, super simple ones usually. Now, there's some I do make exception for. And this may end up being one that I do, and it may be one that I end up that I don't. But regardless of that, high marks for this figure. He is a fantastic figure. I do recommend picking it up if it's in your budget. Or, if you find a really good sale price on it. And 65, 68 bucks to me was a good sale price on it. And that's why I picked it up. And my friend Raz over at Raziel Kane Reviews is like, he's a big Minotaur fan. It's like one of his favorite mythical creatures. And I knew that. So when I ran across this, I let him know. And there's 2 different Minotaurs in this line. And, you know, majority of it's on the same mold. And but the other one is orange. And he picked that one up. And, of course, I picked this one up. And so if you want to check out his review of the other brother, then please do so. You know, do it anyway. Just go check it out. And I will put the link for his video down in the description. And please check that out. And we are planning on having a live stream later today together to, you know, kind of just take a look at these guys together. And I think that's going to be pretty fun, and I hope you tune in for it. And I will put the link for that in the description as well. Well, that does it for the review. I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it. Only support from viewers like you make this programming possible. Each view does count, and I do appreciate each and every single view that I receive. Thank you, and thank you so very, very much for supporting this channel through viewing. If you are interested in supporting my channel further, I'm now offering memberships at various tiers. Click the join button on my YouTube page or check this video's description for the link and see if any membership offers are right for you, but only if you are in a position to do so. Comment below, like, share, subscribe if you would like to see more content or just help the channel grow, or both. That's even better. And don't forget to ding that bell so that in the future you will be notified as my new content becomes available. That's a wrap, folks. I'll see you next time.